Hey, what's going on? This is JR and you are checking out The Sport Brief. Listen, I'm on Facebook now. So if you have Facebook, go find me. Facebook.com, JR Sport Brief. And if you want to email me, hit me up, jrsportbrief@gmail.com. Because if you send a message to my YouTube inbox, it's going to take me a little longer to answer it back. But anyway, Mike Shanahan. We officially have two bum teams in the NFL. Well, we have a multitude of bum teams. We have Kansas City Chiefs. We have the St. Louis Rams. Who else do we have? The Oakland Raiders. And I wholeheartedly believe that every single team should get at least one shot with the Oakland Raiders. Because there are local teams here in New York. I mean, out in New Jersey and Long Island teams. I think the New York Sharks, which are a women's football team, and shout outs to all you women football players, can hang in there with the Oakland Raiders. But anyway, those are bum terrible teams. Now we have mediocre teams that hang in there with these other bum teams. Most notably, the Washington Redskins and the Dallas Cowboys. Yes, I know the Dallas Cowboys currently have a winning record, but they have a terrible head coach. Now, I will admittedly say that Wade Phillips probably knows more about football. He can probably lose more of his knowledge about football than I will probably ever know in my life. But there are just certain things that don't strike me as common sense. Now, we can go back even to when this guy coached the Bills and he said, you know what, Doug Flutie, man, I know you are doing your thing. But Doug Flutie, hey, take a seat. Rob Johnson is playing. And we know how that ended up. So how Wade Phillips got his job, I have no clue. But his team they're playing mediocre. They're hanging in there with all those bad, terrible teams that I mentioned earlier. And it's amazing to me how they can barely beat Kansas City. It takes them a lot of extra time to get the job done. Wade Phillips' decision making, it just strikes me wrong. If they had lost that game yesterday, I don't think Wade Phillips would have a job. Now, that leads me to the Washington Redskins. I don't even know these guys. I don't even know who the coaches are. It seems like they've had 80 coaches in the past 10 years after North Turner left. A matter of fact, I'm going into the BlackBerry and I'm going to find out. Let me see. Let's see some of these guys after North Turner left. Robisky, Marty Schottenheimer, Steve Spurrier, Joe Gibbs, Jim Zorn. Some of those guys got fired and some of those guys resigned. Now, Redskins owner Daniel Snyder. If you don't know what this guy is or what he's about, yeah, I said what he is. I said it. Anyway, this guy runs Six Flags, the theme park. You know, you probably been there. You took your kids there. You probably went there and had a great ball and had a great time in your local area. But anyway, the guy runs Six Flags, and he has to understand that running an NFL franchise is not like running Six Flags. You can't just fire the guy because the roller coaster doesn't work. You can't fire the carny guy because he's doing a bad job rigging the basketball hoops. You can't do that. You can't just fire guys. You can't replace. These are NFL head coaches. They're not carnies. You got to do it correctly. The Washington Redskins are also hanging out in there with bum teams, which leads me to Mike Shanahan. We know we have guys like, Shanahan is open right now. We have Captain Chin, formerly of the Pittsburgh Steelers. He's on TV right now, and I think Holmgren may also be available. So these guys are just chilling out. They're just waiting, and they're waiting for Wade Phillips to get fired. And guess what? If Mike Shanahan takes over the Dallas Cowboys, this will be the second time that he's replacing Wade Phillips. Wade Phillips, I think his dad's name, his nickname is Bum Phillips. I think that name would be more appropriate to Wade than his father. But anyway, Mike Shanahan, you've heard the rumors. I'm sure you have. We got all these coaches in waiting and all of this. But if you're a Dallas Cowboys fan, if you're a Washington Redskins fan, how do you feel about your current coaches? Do you feel that Mike Shanahan would go in and fix the Cowboys? You hear about him being associated with the Cowboys more than the Redskins. But at the same time, you hear things about, hey, Daniel Snyder is going to fire somebody else, Jim Zorn, and says, hey, Mike Shanahan, come here. And Shanahan says, hey man, I don't want anything to do with you. So, do we have Cowher? Do we have Shanahan? Would you want Shanahan as your coach? What do you think about Jim Zorn? What do you think about Bum Phillips? Not his dad, the actual Bum Phillips that's coaching the Cowboys now. Let me know what you think. This is jrsportbrief@gmail.com. Go find me on Facebook, facebook.com, jrsportbrief. I am out. Much love to everybody in Washington. I will be on 18th Street very soon. And I'm going to stay away from all of the dangerous people on that street, though. I'm out. Peace.